Welcome back to the Father of the Man podcast. Today, as you may have noticed, we have a third chair. And usually when we have a third chair and a third mic that we borrow from the Now That We're a Family podcast,
yes,
this one, that means we have a guest. And we did have a guest. And we had a fantastic interview with a fantastic manly guy, Caleb Engell.
Yep.
He's a husband, father, hard worker, loyal friend, godly man that we respect. And so we asked him a whole bunch of questions. And it was a great conversation, and I think you're going to enjoy it.
You had me at Caleb.
The man of independent mind. He looks and laughs at all.
Welcome back to the Father of the Man podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Derek Vachon.
I'm the other one of your hosts, Wade Johnson.
And who do we have here?
I'm a sit-in host or whatever.
I'm the interviewee. we always sit in.
We are joined by our guest,
Special-
Caleb Engell.
special guest.
Special guest. Very special guest.
Yeah.
Thank you. Makes me feel
Extremely special.
extremely special.
Good. Well, this is going to be a very special interview. We're going to get to know Caleb a little bit, get some perspectives on masculinity. He's trying to fist bump you.
No, that's all right.
Oh,
I got it.
Sorry. No, he was just, it was bad timing. He was looking the other way.
No, I'm not.
All right. Off to a great start.
A lot of coffee today.
So the first question is just really for you to introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so who are you, man?
Who am I? Yeah, I'm Caleb Engell. I've known these guys for many years. Many years. And yeah, I live here with my family in just north of Hayden in the little town of Athol.
Very nice.
Wife Stephanie, got 3 kids, Ella, Lachlan, and Cedric. And I grew up kind of in the general region, and we all kind of moved back here, them for the first time, and me kind of back closer to home about, was that 5 years ago? Something?
More than that. It was like
6?
8.
Yeah, it's going
9?
on.
8?
Yeah.
It's pushing 9, dude.
Anyways.
For you guys, we were a little late because I had to
Yeah.
be a cop in Washington.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I live here. We do, I kind of do manufactured home setup and land development. There we go.
There you
Boom.
go. Yeah.
General construction type stuff.
Yeah, you
for
built
work.
my house. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
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 You notice that we are in here.
Yeah, I know.
In the shed.
Yeah,
Jerry's
the
still
house
out on
is
the
sturdy.
structural
Though. It's like
intent.
it's still standing.
Still-
dude. It's
still
doing
there,
it. It's doing
a
it.
year
It's-
later.
It's pretty decent. I like it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
on,
man.
On behalf of our listeners.
I've always wanted to.
Yeah. Caleb is part of the reason why we're having Caleb on the podcast is because he's a man that Derek and I both admire a lot. He's a man of many talents. You can build things that I certainly can't. Lots of skills, and I mean, I think that just construction skills in and of themselves are just a very inherently manly thing. And then, I mean, you're also entrepreneurial and do a bunch of other stuff too. So, and as a husband and father, we admire you there too. So that's why you're here, man. So thanks for being so admirable.
Yeah, thanks. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. I know you're doing it for us, so I appreciate that.
That's your whole goal in life.
All right, cool. Do you want to ask another question?
I do.
All right.
Yeah. I'm just going to read it off the thing because
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
my memory's not so great when I drink a lot of coffee. How is your relationship with your father, and how has that shaped your life thus far?
Good question.
That is a good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I have a great relationship with my father. Dad, as I call him.
Very nice.
Classic.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's he's someone I really look up to and respect. And I mean, it wasn't always that way. I think as a young man, it's common for young men to be a little impetuous and impatient. And my dad is a very patient person.
Yeah.
And I think over the years, though, that's really grown. And
Yeah.
I think as of now, like, I mean, I call him all the time for advice. I really respect, the life that he's lived so far and the way he raised us. And there's just a lot there that that I admire. So
Yeah. Yeah, your dad is a super admirable guy. When would you say like that shift started to happen between kind of maybe more contentious or more conflict to kind of, you mentioned it kind of getting smoother and closer later?
Yeah, I think honestly it was a big pivot point just like when I stepped out on my own.
Yeah.
And I moved, out of the house, and I moved to Bend.
Yeah.
And I found myself, calling all the time for advice and checking in and,
Yeah.
and, I think that was a big shift, and it's just continued to, be the pattern and that's grown over the years. But I think that was a big deal because I think it's good for a young man to step out on his own.
Sure.
I think it comes to a certain point where you're stepping into that, making your own decisions. You're leading the life God's calling you to live. That's the word I was going for.
Well,
all three, I guess.
yeah.
They don't want to leave.
but you're still
you're leaving a life behind eventually.
Legacy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a stretch. We get it. It
But
makes sense.
but then
You're
you're
2
still
steps ahead.
you're still under your dad's roof. He's got expectations and
Sure.
rules and things that you got to do. So there's just some friction there that was probably mostly immaturity on my part, anyways. But I think there is something there as far as it being good at a certain point to step into your own.
Yeah.
That's
No.
it.
Yeah. Absolutely, dude. I think that's.
And I think that was causing some. It was all, to be frank, it was all one-sided.
Yeah.
So I acknowledge there's some immaturity there, but
Sure.
No, you were also
Yeah.
very young at that time.
yeah, it's like 9 or 10.
When you were young,
Just kidding.
when you moved out, yeah. Exactly. See what I mean? He's just man.
No, I think I was 18.
Moved
Well,
out at 8.5.
at 18, I went down to Alert,
right.
and I had several stints down there.
For,
I think
for
you
the
guys.
listeners, what's alert?
It's Airland Emergency Response Team. It's part of one of ATI's programs, I guess. I don't even know. That's not why I was there,
It's
but
not anymore.
it's not anymore. But
yeah.
it's a 9-week
Emergency services training.
Yeah, basically.
Stuff like that. That's actually where. So Caleb and I knew each other from way back. I knew of each other, right? Like we brushed.
We saw each other
brushed
here and there.
shoulders or whatever. What do you say? Yeah, is that it?
Rubbed
Yeah.
elbows.
We rubbed out. Yeah, no. Yeah. We knew of each other. And as I recall, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you weren't allowed to hang out with me because I was a bad,
I don't know if that was
kid.
a rule or whatnot, but
but it was to be fair, wise counsel.
But you're also
on your parents' fault. On your parents'
you're also what 3 years older?
Yeah. That's true.
So back when you're like 12 and they're 15, you don't hang out anyways.
Right.
you know?
Yeah,
That
that's
is
a fair
true.
point. That's a fair point. So we knew of each other, but we actually got to know each other and became friends down at Alert because I did that as well.
Yeah.
So we met doing leadership down there for the their basic training, like induction phase, where they kind of beat everybody up and torture.
Yeah,
you,
kind
which
of
is awesome.
or not so randomly. We were roommates.
Yeah, exactly.
Not-
we ended up being friends in Texas.
Yeah.
of all places. So yeah.
But I'd stepped out on doing that, so I was gone for 3 months at a time.
Right.
And that started to, I think that was a good transition, honestly, of stepping out into some periods where I was on my own, more or less. Obviously, there's oversight and there's lots
Sure.
that you're doing, the full schedule and all
Yeah,
that.
but you're
not home all the
you're out on
time,
your own. Yeah.
So that was a step.
A follow up on that. Did you feel like when you set out on your own to do your own thing, did you feel like the impetuosity of like, oh, I'm going to do things differently than my dad. I want to do things my way. Or did you feel like, hey, like he's giving me what I need and I'm going to try to model after that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, good question.
It's hard because
Yeah, I don't know if I thought of it in those terms necessarily. Obviously, there's definitely some of that. When when we faced with things that I would have maybe experienced similarly, it's not that I was going like, oh, I'm just going to do opposite from the way my dad did it.
Right.
But like he tends to be very thoughtful and think through like every aspect of a construction project, and I tend to just want to get it done quickest way possible.
Sure.
Regardless if it's the best way.
Yeah.
And I've grown in that, obviously, as I have gained experience.
Yeah.
But, so there's some differences. So I would definitely go, here's this project. Dad would do it this way. I'm going to do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't, but it's not necessarily there was a comparison.
It wasn't some sort of like
Sure.
act of
Yeah,
rebellion
yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
you're
I don't
just-
think
yeah.
I was in that place.
But
or headspace,
it's taking your responsibility for yourself and making your own decisions, right?
Yeah.
Like it's getting out on your own and manning up, right? Like starting to actually take more responsibility on yourself and that's good.
Yeah, I remember as just the reason I ask is as a young man setting out on my own, I remember there were things that there was no animosity toward, my dad. It was just well, I'm gonna try it this way, and it's almost just like this like spirit of like, no, like I'm in charge now, and then I'd come around full circle and be like, wow, that was stupid. I should have done it his way.
Some lessons you have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, especially me, dude. That's kind of my default way of learning.
Yeah, like, oh, that's why he did it that
Oh,
way. Yeah,
wisdom.
yeah. What do you know? It's almost like you can learn from your father.
Yeah,
A lot of times in the short term, you're like, yeah, that worked out great, and then a little while later, you're like, oh man, this isn't. You know what I mean? It's like
someone should write a proverb about that.
Well, I think it's interesting you bring that up because I think that's like a big theme on because we were one of our future episodes that we're planning is the whole a man is not a boy, right? And we're trying to bring up some distinctions between like what's the difference between a boy and a man. Yeah. And I think that is a big one is like foresight, right? Yeah. Like it's that idea of like thinking of what would be better for your future self, I guess too, and then also the category of thinking of others as well, right? So I think boys tend to be more obviously self-focused, like automatically, and then there's also just like this short-term syndrome where it's like it's like now is the time that matters, right? As opposed to setting yourself up, and then that's where like self-control and discipline and all these other character traits come in because they're serving that like future self. But anyway, I think that's a really good point. Like hitting on that of that's a mark of maturity, right? Is growing in foresight. That's good. Well, cool. So and then how do you feel? Your relationship with your father, we covered that pretty good, I think. And then what? The second part of the question was, how do you feel like that's shaped your life so far? Like, how do you feel like your father it has impacted your life? I mean, that's a huge question. I understand. So,
just sum it up real quick.
Like every way he's impacted you right now. Go, but whatever. Just something that comes to mind.
Yeah. No, I was. Let me think. I mean, I think that like if there's one word I would use to describe my dad, it's steady. Like he's very steady. He's very slow to change. Yeah. Which I think, obviously, just as a product of being raised by him and having that background that's impacted me. So like I tend to be the same way. And I think there's a lot of value there, and I think he's also, he raised us in a non-traditional way, I suppose you could say.
Sure.
So like he wasn't afraid to, he's kind of a free thinker. So like he's not going to just do something because everyone else is doing it just because they're doing it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So there's, so a lot of times we would be doing what everyone else is doing, and then there's times where we would be doing our own thing, Yeah. And I think that instilled in me that same spirit of, let's think this through. Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
Like why are you guys doing that?
Very good.
Critical thinking. Yeah.
And so I think that was super positive and I still am experiencing how that's impacting me as I get older and more, as your circle of influence continues to grow, like you experience how that plays out more and more, because it's really difficult to change stuff. Even like, for example, we were going to that community group at our church, and for a while I was like, this is just not a great fit for where I want to be going in life currently. But it's like really difficult to actually make a change. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people wouldn't make a change.
Sure.
And they would just kind of continue on. But I think having that background experience and having that, growing up that way with my dad, I was like, okay, no, I can actually make this decision, have this hard conversation.
Yeah.
Not a hard conversation, but it was uncomfortable.
Sure.
It's easier to just stick with the status quo than to make a change usually. Right. So,
well, and that's a mark of leadership, right? Because if you're the leader of your family, like you have to be able to make those decisions and do those things, and not just and we were talking about the other day, like a big mark of masculinity is, or one way that masculinity goes wrong is in abdication, right? Like just abdicating your role as a leader, abdicating your role as a thinker. And so, that's really good. Like being willing to step up and have, embrace discomfort for the sake of what's right for you and your family. Right.
Yeah. I mean, cause I can remember multiple times over the years where there's these pivotal points that kind of stand out in my memory of times where that happened, where we were, like one quick example would just be like there was a female pastor that got to speak at a meeting, and Dad felt strongly about that, what the scriptures teach about female pastors, and like it was uncomfortable, but we all got up and went on a walk during that segment.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm sure there's other people there. Actually, I know there were other people there that felt the same way, but they sat through it because it's uncomfortable to actually make a change. But, and I don't know if you do the same exact thing now, but at the time, and that
either way, it's acting
made
on
an
your
impact on me.
Yeah. It's being willing to embrace discomfort to live how you feel called to live and to honor God in the way that you believe that you should. It's leadership. Yeah, it's really good.
So, that's a pretty that's a cool and unique answer. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
Like, specifically that trait of being willing to embrace change and change things in the face of everybody else doing things differently. Like, that's a unique skill set. A lot of people don't develop very well.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because like the two answers you gave are he's steady and willing to embrace change, which is it seems like it on its face, like you could, if without more context, it could feel like those are opposites, but they're totally not. Like he's being steady in the most important things, which is what's guiding him on what he wants to change and not change, right?
Yeah.
Which is really cool. It's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Man of conviction. Did I ask the last one?
I'll ask you one. Well, you kind of.
Whatever. Just we're not, like, what? Stop pretending we're organized.
We're keeping score here.
Yeah, exactly.
Forgot my glasses. Who have been your primary in-person influences in developing masculinity?
Ooh,
in person.
In person.
So
you can't say
like Brad
Paul
Pitt's
the Apostle.
Oh,
Brad Pitt.
Both good.
Both equal. Yeah. Not quite equal.
Yeah, not quite.
Very good. Okay, so the first one that really comes to mind actually is your brother Dwight.
Yeah.
He's impacted a lot of people, but I think he was the first big impactful person in my life when I first moved out, because obviously I moved to Oregon, and he was in my circle there all the time. So like I got to rub shoulders with him frequently, and I had opportunity to work for him and with him on several things over the years, and got to experience different difficult situations that came up. Yeah. And seeing how he handled that had made a big impact on me. So I think that that honestly that has shaped a lot of ways. Like, I think about some of those scenarios frequently. In business specifically, I think about like how he handled just like regardless of what the current codes of responsibility are for an employer and an employee or a subcontractor and all that, there's like a higher code that comes into play. And he exemplified that really well as far as saying, like, I don't care what that says, like, this is what's right. I'm going to take care of this. So there were several stressful situations that came up over the years that I got to walk through with him and see how he handled it. And that definitely made, a lasting impact. Yeah. And beyond that, honestly, just like the way he raised his boys, was actually a frequent topic of discussion. Like, as I was pursuing my wife, like when we talk about, goals for when we had kids, how would we raise our boys and this and that. And I think it, like that made a big impact on me too. Just seeing how it played out and going, people have different fears around how they let their kids interact with each other and different things. And like, I was like, I don't know, I'm just seeing it play out a little differently here. Cause like, they're, I don't want to necessarily bring up specific examples, but,
sure.
But I think that it was a good thing to witness as a young man of like, here's someone several steps ahead of me that's, raising boys in a way that I really admire. And I think that's made an impact, honestly, how we parent of being more relaxed about certain things and just letting life happen. In a certain sense. Anyways.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, allowing a certain amount of conflict and competition and other things.
Conflict resolution amongst the lower ranks.
No, that's awesome.
But so Dwight's been a big in-person influence over the years. And then I'm trying to think of another one. I tend to not be influenced that much.
It's the steady thing.
That is true.
There you go. I'll speak to the, I'll confirm that is what I'm trying to say. You're not easily influenced. That's good.
But another one that I've admired over the years and have made my list whenever I make lists of people who I respect their marriage or how they're raising their kids
Yeah.
or just as a man,
Yeah.
is Dan McGuire. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and I've had the privilege of still doing some ongoing business type interactions and stuff with Dan, and it's been awesome to still have him in my life because
Yeah.
I still, I respect where he's going, how he's gotten here so far.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the things I really admire about Dan is like, a lot of guys that get into their adulthood,
Yeah.
become a father, and they get kind of stodgy, and I don't know. I was thinking about this earlier. Like, there's kind of two, I don't know if they're opposites, but more extremes in life that I think a well-rounded man should be able to enjoy and experience. Which
Okay.
is one is like in like more difficult situations, being uncomfortable,
Yeah. Embracing discomfort.
embracing
Yeah.
discomfort, being able to still thrive and perform
Yeah.
under just uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
And working in the rain in January, for example.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys are
I
like,
ain't doing
I'm
that."
not doing that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Or just so there's that side, and a lot of guys will just do extreme lengths to avoid those situations
Yeah.
at all costs. Like they protect themselves from the discomfort at
Yeah.
all costs.
Comfort is king.
And then on the other side, it's like a lot of guys forget how to enjoy life, so like everything
Yeah.
gets very unenjoyable. So like, I don't think they frame it that way in their mind probably, but like
Yeah.
they're unable to like just have enjoyment,
Yeah.
So I think, and I mean, maybe they enjoy the things that they're kind of in this like narrow middle ground, but
Sure.
I've seen this with Dan McGuire where it's like, he had 4, 5, 6 kids and he's still out there playing football with all of his
Yeah.
young guys. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Totally.
And just having that participation with the kids
Yeah.
has always been something that stands out with him, where it's like, oh
yeah.
yeah, it's easy. Obviously you get a little more unfit and whatever.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm just
Yeah.
going to sit over here.
When
And
you're putting a lot of energy into work and everything else, and
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's like, no, like to be able to like get out and get physical with
Yeah.
all the other youth and
Yeah.
like play the soccer game or play
Yeah.
the basketball game.
yeah, that's
and,
awesome.
and really enjoy it,
Yeah.
And I think that's obviously it brings camaraderie with those categories. So
Yeah.
I was in that category,
Yeah.
So growing up playing basketball and stuff with,
Yeah.
with and he was often at our Friday night basketball nights.
Yeah.
It like brings
Well, it's a great outreach.
Yeah.
Yeah. It brings a connection.
lets you like rub shoulders there as a young man of like, okay, I can
Yeah.
continue to look up to and all this, because especially young men, obviously even now, but like especially young men, like we really respect athletic,
Yeah.
fit dudes,
Yeah. Physical.
that are
things.
also dads and
Yeah.
and doing good business and all this
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
so Dan McGuire's another one. I honestly, I think I don't know him super well, but like when I was down at Alert, obviously Kean Pendergast,
Yeah.
that was head over that program.
Yeah.
I've heard good
He's-
things.
Yeah. He's a
Like-
legend. Yeah.
He's a legend. Yeah. And I think he made an impact too, because he had, a lot of different talks that he would give, so you're learning from him like in a teacher setting.
Right.
And what he had to say was always just phenomenal.
Yeah.
But then also like you'd be out doing the hikes and he's out in front.
Yeah.
And you're like having a hard time keeping up with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's wearing the same pack you're wearing, and you're like, oh yeah, this dude, like it just brings
Yeah.
like affirmation to like everything he said
Yeah.
from up front.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this dude is
Well, he's
is-
leading from the front,
Yeah.
And,
So I think he made a big impact on me too, even just from that of, importance as a man to like not just be like, you guys go do this,
Right.
do it. It's important for you to go do it. Like,
Yeah.
well, let me show you how,
Delegation, yeah.
how we're doing this,
right. Yep.
So anyways, so that's probably a third one that in person that has made
Yeah.
an impact over the years. So
Those are great. Those are great answers and great lessons. I think
Great.
that's awesome.
This is going well.
Good job. You did good, Caleb. That was a good answer.
I tried to put my big boy pants on
Yeah,
today. I was like,
yeah,
They're the same pants I'm wearing.
yeah.
Dude.
yeah,
They are.
they're good ones.
They are.
Very similar.
I think they're the same.
I think I might have given those to you.
No, I bought these.
We'll confirm later. We'll check the
I'll work
tags.
through the ones you gave me.
Nice. We already covered the next question, which was great, which is some of the wisdom you gleaned from them. I think you did a great job sharing from each of those, some things you learned from them. Okay. So the question is phrased this way. Sorry. Didn't mean to hold your hand there. What are some things you love about how your father passed masculinity on to you? So thinking about like that idea of like passing like a model and example and teachings of masculinity, like what are some ways you feel like, and you already talked somewhat about, your father and things you learned from him, but like, I don't know if that's even a more specific question of just like, how do you feel like that impacted your manliness? How's
okay.
that?
Yeah.
It's a weird
First,
question.
Give me a minute.
the first thing that comes to mind is like my dad's a very hard worker.
Yeah.
And I think like that question's come up, over the past several years, multiple times from other people, like, how come us Engell boys have turned out? We're all hard workers. Like we're all doing, different types of work, but like that's a through line. Cause I don't remember Dad like talking about work a lot.
Yeah.
As far as like, you need to be a hard worker.
Right. He wasn't preaching it necessarily.
And I don't remember any of us really being hard worker kids. Like I was very lazy as a kid.
That might.
Laziness is a spectrum.
I was gonna say your kids are a frequent example to my kids of like, hey, that's what you should.
I was gonna
be
say,
doing.
I was like,
well, thank you, but
the same. I was like, your kids
But,
are hard workers already.
But I think just like growing up, having a dad that works hard, like works a lot of hours. Because I think that's one thing that our society lacks is just like that willingness to work hard.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. So like a lot of guys,
huge.
Guys they spend a lot of their career forming years trying to figure out how to work the least amount possible.
Right.
Which is kind of unmasculine, honestly. So but I think that was something that I forget the way you phrased that question.
Fine.
Was,
You're
was
answering
pretty
it
muddled,
great.
but
You're doing great.
Honestly, better than I hoped for, because I was still trying to puzzle through the framing of the question.
Yeah, I know. We need let's take that one back to the drawing board.
That was good.
It's frequent. Like I'll put in a long week, and then I talk to Dad, and he's put in a longer week.
Yeah.
I'm like, you should be retired probably by now.
Yeah.
Like, how are you out working me still?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, just a side question to that. You're carrying on your dad's line of work, right? Not his business, but you're kind of doing the same stuff, right?
Pretty similar. So this is kind of funny actually, because he would take us to work, as we were kids, and so I got to, honestly, it's a huge blessing now because I got a huge jump start on knowledge of this industry that I'm in now.
Yeah.
And I remember hating it when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
I was like the guy in the trench because he does septic system installs, he does mobile home site preparations and stuff. And so you're constantly like just in the dirt, and I remember like as a young man, it's like, I am going to do something else, which I did actually, when I went to Bend, I worked in different restaurants.
Yeah.
I did work for an excavation company for about a year, but
you did window washing.
Then I washed windows for like
washing.
6 years. Restaurants. I started a furniture business where I was building furniture.
Yeah. Oh,
I was basically doing everything but what my dad did.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then I worked when we moved back here. I worked at a Toyota dealership selling cars.
Yeah.
And then basically just jumped back into what I grew up doing with my dad.
Yeah.
And then I've specialized in some different areas that he doesn't do.
Right, but it's pretty similar.
But it's pretty similar,
Yeah.
and it's actually it's phenomenal having that upbringing and background with it, because it gives me just a huge jump start from someone that's just trying to learn it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For the first time. So
Imagine being that guy.
Yeah.
I can imagine that.
That's great.
Yeah. So, but it is funny that I was like, I would never do dirt work. And,
Right. Like
all that. Mostly just the dirt work. I just didn't like. I just didn't like being in the dirt all the time.
Well, because you were never the guy in the machine. You were in the trenches.
I was never
with
the
a
guy in the
shovel.
machine.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a big difference there.
There is.
I'm about
there
to
is
find
a
out.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, no,
That's great.
I'm doing the same thing. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it is
Heck
awesome.
yeah.
That's
That is cool.
fantastic. What are so this is the follow up to this question. I think it doesn't matter. We'll talk about it later.
We're not organized.
Okay, so what are some things that you want to do differently with your boys than your dad did with you? If any.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing, because I have my own business.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of an interesting dynamic because I don't think this was ever expressed ever, but it was a feeling that I think all of us boys had, where it's like, Dad's not going to be able to survive if we want to go do something else.
Oh,
You know
I
what
know
I
what
mean?
you're saying. So you
because
felt
we
like
all worked
tied
like we
to
were
it.
his
Yeah.
workers, and
Yeah.
he'd hire other people obviously because we
Sure.
were young, but we gained this sense of like, importance to the business to where it's like,
Sure.
it's all going to sink if we go do something else.
Yeah.
And I think we each had that. Like I remember Andrew having that when he went and worked for a dairy and
Yeah.
a welding shop and different things. There's kind of like this, is it okay if I do a different career?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then I know Luke did, and I had the same thought of like, oh man, I feel really bad for doing this.
Right.
And I don't think that was ever expressed on his end at all. So like,
Sure.
that was just something that and I think that's actually common with kids.
Yeah.
You'll pick up on theologies or philosophies that
Yeah.
your parents don't necessarily believe at all.
Yeah.
And you'll like just assume they think this way.
Sure.
And it becomes this like important thing in your mind of like,
Yeah.
like, no, this is it.
Yeah.
And then you talk to them as an adult and you're like, what? Yeah. You know, so I think that's common for
Sure.
kids to do that. But
Yeah,
I definitely have thought that, because like, you know, my boys they're excited to go to work, and they're pretty young, so like they don't get to join me much on just, you know, certain projects I can bring them. But
Yeah.
I definitely want to structure my business in a way that they know like it's apart from them. So like I'll obviously be excited if they want to work with me, but I also want to have those clear lines of expectation drawn where it's like, yeah, if you want to go be a firefighter, if you want to go, you know, anything glorious, honestly.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
No police.
No, please. No. No, it'd be fine. You know, if they want to pursue a different career, that they have seen, you know, as they grew up, like dad's running his business in a way that's like, you can fill the position or not. Like it's not
not dependent on them.
It's not like dependent on you.
Not on their shoulders. Yeah.
Because again, I just want to make that more clear to them.
Yeah.
Because I definitely like that was like I think it stood in the way a little bit of like my transition. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's good.
So that's something I think. I would say it's different in the sense this next point, except for he actually did it for my brother Isaac.
Oh, gotcha.
But like
so different than
Isaac's
you,
the
but-
only one of us that they ended up doing like a transition to manhood ceremony.
Oh, cool.
And he
nice.
threw a whole party at the lake, and all of our, you know, close friends that we grew up with over the years, like attended, and you know, there was like this mark in the sand of like, this is, you know, Isaac's now a man.
Yeah.
And I mean, we all
That's
have
cool.
felt that, you know, it's not like
Sure.
we never made that transition, but like,
But the clear.
I think I want to do that for both, you know, boys or Lord willing, if we have more boys, like I want to do that for all my boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
And I think, so that's something I'll do different. That's why I phrased it that way. It's like,
Yeah. Because
he didn't do it for all of us, but he did do it
Yeah.
for Isaac, and
Yeah.
it was really cool. It's
Yeah.
like, that's a neat thing that happened. You know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I want that for my boys, and then as things I would do differently, like in what category? Like just
I
in
don't know.
general?
You're answering it great. Yeah, no, those
No,
are two great
yeah.
answers. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, just as far as
If there's things that you look
raising
back
your-
on and you're like, man, like I wish this would have been different in my childhood, or
Yeah.
and not even necessarily negative things, right? Or just like, oh yeah, this is something that I thought of as a kid that I wanted for my future. Sure.
Yeah, I think the other thing, and I've already started to slip into this, which is where you get all consumed with your work environment.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking about it all the time, because like you're
Yeah.
running all the elements of it, and it's easy to overwork yourself to where weekend comes and I'm like, I don't want to get up early and go do that, or you know, you just want to do something very different from your work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, anyways. So I think that managing that differently to where I actually have the energy to do stuff with my boys.
Yeah.
You know, playing sports with them.
Yeah.
You know, actually, you know, physically being involved with them on different activities. I think that's something I want to be more intentional about.
Yeah. Cool.
Because that's one thing. My dad wasn't really into sports at all.
Sure.
So I don't know. And sports aren't everything, but
No,
I think
the
it's fun
the point
to
is
get
connection, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
ultimately, and
connection over non-work things.
Yeah.
And we had that. I had that with my dad with music stuff.
Yeah.
But that's basically work and music,
Yeah.
which are both big, and they're both big parts of my current life. So
Yeah.
I don't feel disconnected, but I definitely want to
it's not
connect
a
with my
critique.
kids.
It's not a critique of him. It's more of just kind of inspiration for you going
I want
forward.
to phrase it that way because I don't.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to have more. What's the word? Just other activities that I'm doing with my, fishing and
doing more
just
variety
different things.
of things.
Some of the stuff that's uncomfortable and challenging to get. We've talked about that a lot as
Yeah.
far as the whole mood follows action, where it's like, dude, I just worked my butt off for 50 hours this week, Now he wants to wake up at 4 and go fishing, like, "Ugh," and then you do it, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. But like in the lead up, it's kind of a challenge.
Yeah. Starting to do it before you're in the mood is critical.
That's half the battle. Yeah, Once you're going, you're going. You know, but that's admirable to want more of that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a great lead into the next question.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Well,
do you know? Can you find it?
Yep. What sports?
Yeah, you got it.
What sports have you played, and how do you feel like they impacted your masculine development?
Yeah. Okay, so sports. We didn't do organized sports growing up. We were homeschooled all the way through. Actually, all of us kids were, and we did a lot of music stuff growing up.
Yeah.
And the sports world I think there's a lot of value with sports, but I think there's also a lot of drawbacks because it's a very consuming.
It's a huge time
consuming industry. And a lot of times it's time consuming on every kid's in their own levels and their own things. So like every kid's got his own full roster of things. So it's very consuming.
Yeah.
But there are really big lessons to learn. So like I think we had a nice sweet spot, honestly, where a lot of our friend group were pretty into sports, but also homeschooled to where we would just ended up playing a lot of sports as a group.
Yeah.
Which I think was awesome. So we did like Friday night basketball nights for years, where we'd go down to the school gym and like we'd play for 4 or 5 hours. It was awesome, So and there was some good like McGuire's, like Dan McGuire played on a team, so like there was some actual like
good coaching.
There was some good coaching, So I feel like we were able to pick up the skills. It wasn't just like hickball. It was like an actual game.
Yeah.
We played a lot of volleyball over the years, like and same thing. Like a lot of the people were getting nerdy about it, so like we get technical and actually practice and all that stuff. So some of the same things you glean from organized sports, I think, were there.
Sure.
Without some of the time stressors,
without the huge time commitment,
money.
But as far as what I learned from it, I don't know. Like I think there's a confidence that happens when you can like not be fumbly and you know what I mean. Like you actually have some athletic coordination.
Yeah, definitely.
You'd have those kids that would show up that have never done any kind of sports or whatever.
Yeah.
And regardless of how awesome they are on just a human level.
Yeah.
They never come off awesome at all. You know what I mean? Because like they're just so physically awkward.
Yeah.
And so I think honestly that's a little bit of a disservice to your kids.
Yeah.
If you don't let them gain that physical
coordination is a big part of development. Yeah.
So I think that was a positive. Honestly, like when you play basketball, like you get roughed up and you roll your ankle and and then there's still like I still want to play though, so you'd still play on your rolled ankle and
pushing through pain.
So I think there's some values there just as far as
kind of learning your thresholds and kind of seeing like I can actually handle more than I thought I could.
Yeah.
But those are kind of the two main like actual sports that I've experienced.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. Yet another good answer.
I'm pleased as punch.
Oh, I guess jiu-jitsu is a sport.
It technically. Here's the thing.
It's different though.
I'm sorry. It is a sport. There is a sport of jiu-jitsu.
Nah.
I personally like it as a combat system. But I like it I'm way more interested in it as self-defense. So I get like kind of annoyed with the sporting aspect of it. That said, the sporting aspect of it is super impressive and super awesome, and I probably just have a bad attitude about it because I'm bad at it, but it is technically a sport.
What did you say? You're bad at it?
Well, at the sport,
you can't be like that's kind of lame.
What?
Because if you're bad at jiu-jitsu, then we don't even do jiu-jitsu.
I'm sorry. I'm whatever. The more you do jiu-jitsu, the more you realize you don't know about jiu-jitsu.
It's like the guy that like grills a perfect steak, and he's like, "I'm not a chef. I hope it's good." Like, okay, shut up.
Whatever, dude.
But I mean, there's a lot of good value from that.
There is
from that sport. I mean, because
I
had never like we didn't. There was 5 boys in our family growing up, but we were all like 3 years apart, or there's a girl in between a couple of us. Like there was, big age gaps. Kind of is my point. So like we didn't actually grow up doing a lot of wrestling and fighting, roughhousing in that regard. So like when I moved to been. Like
Yeah.
I was 18 when I experienced jujitsu. I was
Yeah.
like, it was kind of a
Yeah.
pivotal sport moment for me actually.
yeah,
'cause
totally.
It was like,
And that was-
this
that
is
was-
extremely uncomfortable.
Well,
Yeah.
it was too.
Yeah.
We weren't like it. Yeah, that was like a messy garage fight jiu-jitsu style.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was
That
awesome.
That was
And
rough.
then you trained with us at Jimmy's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've done
Yeah.
a little bit over the
a
years.
little bit
but,
of MMA. Yeah.
but
Yeah. No, I
yeah,
think that's that's a great experience.
it is
Yeah.
recommended.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What are some? What? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it. What are some nonfiction books that have impacted your growth in masculinity specifically?
Non-fiction books.
Yeah.
I steer away from those with a passion.
Dude, I can kind of relate.
Non-fiction. Obviously, the Bible's non-fiction.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
I put that in its kind of its own category.
You can answer with that
well,
if you want.
It's
kinda.
obviously in its own category, and that's a great answer. That's yeah.
What else?
What else?
Aside from that, I'm trying to think. It's been kind of a long time because we've been doing
Yeah.
this book club. So like,
Right.
which is fiction
Which
only.
is fiction. Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so like most of my extracurricular reading has been
Fiction.
fiction only for the last
Right.
several years.
Yeah.
So it's hard to think of one off the top of my head.
How about more specifically a book of the Bible
Oh, here we go.
Oh, that is good.
and why?
Ooh.
Specifically
Called
with
his bluff.
masculinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you had to pick a book of the Bible that really would send your kid in the right direction of manliness, what would you pick?
That's a good question.
I'm kind of derailing this.
no,
question.
no, you're not. You're focusing it.
Yeah, I'm honing it.
Boy.
Yeah. For your boy, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on
Man.
the right track.
Honestly, like 1st and 2nd Timothy
Yeah.
Okay.
have been
Solid.
huge for me. Just some of the advice in there for young men, because obviously I've been in that category,
You're still pretty,
Basically till
you're still
yesterday.
pretty young. Yeah. I was gonna say, you just got old. Yeah.
so that's been probably more recently, and this is funny because I often work with opposites because of the way my brain works. So
Yeah.
I'm like, anyways, that's
No,
too vague. But
no,
wait, what do you
but I've been
Yeah,
reading
yeah,
through
more
in
on
Genesis and just observing the way Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob lived their lives.
Yeah.
Reading through that section.
Yeah.
And there's so much to glean there of what not to do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Sure. Sure.
And there's some things to glean there to do, but
Yeah.
there's just so many things where you're like, man, like this is,
Yep.
Anyway, so that
Yeah.
that's a more recent study I've been going
Right,
through
right.
of like, it's not more of the, how to be masculine, but more like
Like things to avoid.
How
things
to-
to avoid.
Yeah.
Like how to not be a scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
funny.
That's
Anyways.
it. It's important to study the other side of the coin. That's why cautionary tales exist.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since that one was hard, we'll give you the easier half of that question. What's a good fictional book that
Fictional books.
has impacted you
Wait, I really haven't read any
specifically in
fictional books
masculinity?
recently.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think that fiction's awesome, obviously. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
pitch fiction for a second. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
Agreed.
Go for it.
obviously, if it's well written,
Yeah.
which is a must,
Sure.
don't read crap.
Yeah.
But if you're reading a
Amen.
well-constructed story, they're able to transcend reality in a certain sense, where like the main characters exemplify traits that we strive for, but
Yeah.
often don't.
Sure.
Like when you're just reading about some random guy,
Yeah.
like Abraham,
Yeah.
you're like, wow, like that's not very exemplary.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Obviously, there are some exemplary caveat,
Yeah.
not anti-Abraham.
Like, why don't you like Abraham? bro?
Easy, dude.
What's your deal with Abraham?
There's a lot of that kind of talk going around online lately.
Anyways,
Relax.
but
Yeah.
the point is though, like
Yeah.
you can like exemplify a character and make him larger than life.
Sure.
And if it's done well, it still feels attainable to where you
Sure.
like are
It's
inspired
inspiring.
It's
Yeah.
inspiring. So a great work of fiction that I feel like has stood out to me. It's not been super recent, but like the Brothers Karamazov
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
Dostoevsky
Yeah.
was a phenomenal book.
Yeah.
Recommend to anyone. There's just so much to unpack in that
Yeah.
book. Just such a variety of characters, such a variety of
Yeah. Perspectives.
perspectives. There's characters that remind me of different friends and
Yeah.
different pitfalls and different things that were done well and just different. There's so much in that book.
Yeah.
And it's there's just a lot there. So that was a really good one.
Yeah.
I think I read basically every Louis L'Amour growing up.
Yeah.
Like over and over. Actually,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I've read. He says, I don't know, 100 and some that he wrote.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of Louis L'Amour books. So
Yeah.
like, I think there's a couple that stand out to me that were more fun, but I think just in general,
Yeah.
he has the same type character usually,
Sure.
where they're deep thinkers. They're
Yeah.
always surprising to the environment because like they're, the quick draw gunman, but he also is quoting Plato.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right, yeah.
So they'll, like, and there'll usually be these reveals where it's like, you know the character because a lot of times you're in their head, like he's talking about his thoughts and things a lot, throughout
Right.
the story progression because it's in first person typically.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with the character, but there's these fun like aha moments of like everyone thinks he's typecast,
Right.
and then there's this reveal of like, wait, who is this guy?
Right.
Like how are
Yeah,
you?
like, there's depth
How
to
are you
this
this?
guy, yeah.
Or on the flip side, you've got like characters in some of the books where
Yeah.
they're like the guy from back east, and everyone
Yeah.
thinks that they're just I'm blanking on the
like,
term,
like
but,
a dandy, fancy pants, whatever.
yeah,
like,
and all of a sudden
not-
you're
not
like,
tough.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, who are you?
Yeah.
Like how did you draw that so fast?
Right, yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so like there's
Yeah.
but so there's that
artist.
like depth of character that he portrays.
Yeah.
But there's also like again, like there's always this theme where they're deep thinkers, and then they have this like really strong moral code
Yeah.
of like what's right,
Yeah.
regardless of their level of comfort or discomfort. Like they're willing to go to extreme lengths. Or like there's the
Yeah.
whole like sub series of his Western world of the
Yeah.
Sackets,
Right.
and I think that actually made a big impact on me
Yeah.
on a value level of, they'd hear that some Sackett somewhere in the West was in big trouble,
Right.
and they might be some distant cousin that's never actually met the guy, but
Yeah.
it's like it's a Sackett, drop everything, ride
Yeah.
however many miles
That's cool.
That's way
to like
cool.
show up and be there for the big cattle fight.
Yeah.
And there's usually this moment where like oh, I've heard of you, you're
Yeah.
so and so's,
Cousin. Or
your
whatever.
your cousin on this side
Yeah.
or whatever, like
Yeah, that family bond.
that
loyalty,
family bond
yeah.
thing
Yeah.
like is so glorified in those
Yeah.
tales.
Yeah.
And I think that stuck with me, obviously,
Yeah.
and I think that's a core value of mine.
Yeah.
Of not just like blood family, but like you guys too.
Yeah.
Like people are in my
loyalty.
loyalty to like that inner circle.
Yeah. You are
Um,
extremely loyal.
That's true.
That's true.
Oh, thank you.
Good job. Good job reading the Sackets and becoming very loyal. No, that's awesome.
But yeah, so any of those are I mean, I will recommend them because
Yeah, do
I
it.
love them so much.
yeah, you
but-
just did recommend them, I
I
think.
feel
yeah.
like that was
Yeah.
a solid pitch.
Yeah, it was. I kind of want to read them again.
I've never read a Louis
I've
L'Amour.
only read a few, but
Gotta read 'em.
They are
There you
fun.
go.
You'll quickly
Yeah.
realize that they're just as enjoyable every time,
Yeah,
and they're almost the same story.
yeah,
100
exactly.
times.
Yeah, it feels like kind of they're
Kinda
cozy.
pulpy.
But every
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's fun every time.
but what they're saying is true is really good.
Yeah.
and it's fun.
Truth can't be uttered enough. So,
Exactly. That's
yeah.
right.
There's several of the books. There's like a female antagonist,
Sure.
which raises some interesting because they usually have. There's also like I don't know how real this was in real life.
Sure.
But in the the Western folklore, there's
Yeah.
always like this really high regard for women. you
Sure.
know? And so in his books, like the character always has this very high regard for women.
Yeah.
And it's always such an interesting quandary when like the one shooting at you is the woman. You're like, what
Yeah.
do I do? I can't just
Yeah.
beat him up. Can't just shoot him.
Yeah.
Take her down.
Because
Yeah.
it
hate
goes
it,
against
dude.
the code.
That's exactly the reason why I hate it when women shoot at me. I'm always like, what the heck? Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
Get a
just-
shovel, dude.
No, what?
What?
Hey, if you're gonna shoot at me,
Gonna bury him?
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a cool. No, here we go. Are
can you
allowed-
shoot back if a
can you
woman
shoot
shoots?
back at a?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
yeah,
Okay,
I believe you can.
probably.
He often does actually, but he's conflicted about it.
Yeah, I respect that. I think I would be.
Nah.
Yeah.
Derek's.
You try to take me away from my wife and kids, you're going down.
I love it.
I don't care if you have
There-
boobs or not.
There's a code. I like it.
Shall we progress to the lightning round?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
consider the last question and I realize it's kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
already
whatever.
covered it.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the last question?
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
We'll tell
about
you
it.
later.
Hey, dude,
We'll talk about it later.
this is our interview.
Exactly.
All right, lightning round. You want to start off and have the odd numbers? You want to
Ooh.
be even numbers?
You know what? Let's. You go. You
Okay.
start.
You saw the second one and you wanted to.
Whatever. Just. I know. Just.
All right, number one, lightning round. You know what a lightning round
What
is?
is the lightning?
Okay, so
explain the
lightning
lightning round.
Lightning round is
I
we're
haven't
going to
listened
ask
any of
you.
your podcast.
Oh
so-
yeah. It's fine.
Yes,
Thanks a
this
lot.
is all a mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Good.
actually haven't?
I actually haven't listened to your interview podcast yet.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. It's fine. Whatever, man. We'll talk
No,
about
it's fine. It's fine.
We'll talk about it later.
It's fine. So a lightning round is we have 10 questions, and these are just supposed to be off the cuff, off the top of your head. Hey,
That's new.
what comes
Yeah.
to your mind?
Yeah.
So without any preparation or further ado, we're just gonna
Yeah.
Okay.
Lay 'em
And they're
out there.
quick answers.
Yep.
More or less.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be like literal
Okay.
lightning because I
Don't-
don't even think that's possible.
Don't stress about it.
It's true. I'm not Thor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think I'm Thor.
You've been working out a lot. Okay, here we go. Lightning round number 1. How would you define masculinity?
Ooh.
It's a brutal.
It
That's
is a
a
hard
brutal
one.
first
Well, that's kind of
Yeah.
the prank of it.
That's
It's like,
yeah.
How would I define?
that's
okay.
the joke.
How would I define masculinity? Well, you got a mirror?
Oh, dude.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Solid. Yeah.
Solid lightning
Because
answer.
if you were looking in the mirror through my eyes, I realized that
Oh,
that
'cause-
devolves quickly as the more you actually analyze that response.
well, it's
Because yes, if I had a mirror and I do,
it was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
solid
so you're saying
joke.
if I see myself, that's masculinity?
yeah,
that is what I'm saying.
My
that
man.
is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
No, it'd be like the masculinity would be like the traits of manhood that are the ideal that God's put into place, like
Yeah.
like not the things men often do, but the things they should do.
Yeah, that's good.
That's very
really
good.
That's solid.
I feel like
Anyways,
Great
we,
answer.
we spent a ton of time talking about it and came to the
Dude,
same conclusion
Yeah,
after
exactly.
like an hour.
I know. We we ran out of breath trying to figure it out.
It's like the blueprint that God has for men
yeah,
to follow.
yeah. It's his
Yeah.
intended identity for the human
Yeah.
male.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
well,
no, you nailed it. That's
You,
great.
you knocked it out of the park according to these
And-
experts.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And the echo chamber continues.
We are the judges here, so
exactly. Yeah,
pretty much we liked it.
you
so.
nailed it. No, well, I like the mirror one better. Actually, that was great.
That was funny. That was funny.
Okay, cool. Next lightning round question: Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
well, yeah,
Ah, my man.
Nice.
all well, at least 3 of them.
Oh wow, that's a good point. 3 of them?
Is it?
I think 3 of them are set
of 'em.
around
2 of
Christmas.
them. First 2.
I don't know.
Name the third one. It's
Die Hard
1,
3.
1, 2. No, 3's not. 3's in New York, and they're running around all over the place. But it's not.
But I think it's during Christmas.
I can
think
be
it's
in
in
your.
December.
That's your head canon. You just put it in Christmas.
But
But
it's
anyways,
so-
no, it's a
yeah.
Christmas movie.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
It's for the men of Christmas.
For the
for the
men.
men of Christmas.
Heck yeah. What would you say to people who say it's not a Christmas movie?
Oh,
Well,
follow up question on a lightning round.
I don't know if I would say anything to them because they obviously haven't seen them.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So-
yeah,
You don't want to spoil it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Totally
okay,
get it.
well,
Yeah.
come back to me once you know that it is.
Okay. Okay.
That's a good way to win a debate.
Yeah.
Once you know the truth, come back and we'll talk.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah.
when
Then we can talk
when you've
the
learned
finer
enough to
points.
agree with me.
That's hilarious. Number 3. Should men have a man cave?
Should men have a man cave? I mean, define man cave.
Great. Define it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's beneficial to have,
Yeah.
like, you have this shed, which is
Sure.
awesome.
Sure. It's a study.
Or the study. Sorry, it's
I call
literally
mine a
shed,
cabin.
cabin. No, I think it's nice to have somewhere where you can keep all of your awesome books.
Thanks. I agree.
I like having my office that I can decorate. Like I have decor tastes, but
Yeah.
not to the degree that I'm gonna overrule
Yeah.
my wife's decor tastes
Of
in home.
course.
I like her
Yeah.
tastes also, but I like a dark cozy space.
Yeah.
Which oddly enough, my office is not a dark cozy space.
Very bright.
But that might change actually because I
Yeah.
actually really like a dark cozy space. But no,
Yeah.
I think it's I think there's connotations with man cave that the world has that I don't
Yeah,
that
like
I wouldn't
what?
recommend.
Such as?
You know, risque posters and basically that I guess. I don't know.
It's just like a room with risque posters.
I will
Yeah,
stay out of that
okay.
cave.
I mean
Yeah,
most
not a good cave.
you know, I think if you ask most secular like
Sure.
what's your man cave,
Yeah.
it's gonna be, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Football,
So I-
sex, alcohol, things like that.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So I don't you know, I wouldn't agree with that.
Sure.
But having a space where you can get away and be in your own quiet space
Yeah.
for reading and study and all that. I think it could be a room in the house, honestly, if you're if you actually have like a big house. But if you
Yeah.
have a small house, it's pretty handy to have a little getaway shed.
Agreed.
Yeah. Right on, man.
Yeah.
Good
I'm
answer.
for it.
Respect.
I'm for it.
Right on. Me too.
All right. Thank you for validating my decisions. What is something you could go do at any given point to just feel more manly? Like if you're like, I just want to feel manly. I just want to do something manly. What would you do?
Just something that I would go do.
Yeah. Derek,
No,
stop.
I didn't say
I mean-
anything.
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
Like different from what I've been doing.
he's like
Again
he's
with the mirror.
Everything I do
He's like,
is manly. I don't know. No, that's a valid point.
I will say, and I don't do this very often, but when I do, I feel manly is run a chainsaw.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
dude, that's
Obviously,
a
you just
good
feel
answer.
manly.
Oh,
That's pretty
yeah.
manly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people would say shoot guns, but I don't necessarily feel manly when I shoot guns.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I mostly feel poorer.
Yeah.
You know, but I do enjoy shooting guns. But
Yeah. You're just watching the money blow up.
I honestly, and this is not something I should do this more often. I think in light of some of the things I was striving for earlier in the conversation. But like when I lift weights, I feel manly.
Yeah.
Like when I go out
Totally.
and hit my little janky gym that I built.
That's pretty cool, Jan.
Better than mine.
Yeah.
So again, like 2 or 3 times a year, I'll feel manly doing that.
Heck yeah.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
Solid. Okay. Number 5. You're doing great.
Cool.
If you had to pick a different century to live in, which century would that be and why?
Ooh. Now this has changed over the years for me.
Oh,
For a long
okay.
time, it would have been like Louis L'Amour's time.
Yeah, that
Like
makes sense.
1800s.
the West.
Because you spend
Okay.
a lot of time there in your head.
Pretty much have it mapped out.
Pretty
Yeah.
much know exactly what I would do. But let me think about this. My current answer, century or time period?
Century.
Different century.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Probably
I mean,
probably the late 1900s.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
that's fair.
Yeah.
So basically, our childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would relive those.
The
days.
90s were rad.
They were great, dude.
They were pretty fun.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
It is. That's
I
hilarious.
mean, I think a lot of times throughout history kind of sucked on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
the
don't-
challenge. Yeah.
But there is one time period that I think it would be interesting to see how I would have done in that time period,
Yeah.
which would have been like slightly pre-Rome, like Carthaginian,
Okay.
Spartacus,
So, like,
not
BC.
Spartacus, sorry, Spartan warrior type
Okay.
timelines,
Like,
right?
what are that? Like BC?
Yikes.
I actually don't
Yeah,
know the
that's
exact
terrifying.
dates, but it
Well,
would
that
have
would have
been,
way back.
yeah. So like,
Sparta? Dude, I don't know. This is like a
well,
history
Sparta
test.
would have been right, like with Carthage,
Right.
And then Carthage got eviscerated by Rome.
Ooh.
So it would have been just like right before the rise of the Roman
Okay.
dynasty.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I mean,
So like,
I'm not
so like
an
what?
expert.
Couple
Would you
hundred
be-
years BC?
Would you
Something
be
like
like the
Yeah.
Germanic peoples up in the hills, or would you be like in the mix?
that? Yeah. Which team are you on?
Pretty
Are
sure I
You'd
would
have to
been-
be Germanic.
You'd
I'm
have
pretty
to be
sure I would have been
Germanic.
Germanic.
Yeah. You'd have been a Viking, dude.
Or a Viking.
Because you're Norse, right?
You'd be way up
I
there,
like to
dude.
think I'm pretty Norse. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually I do have a lot of Norwegian.
Yeah.
You're basically Chuck Norris.
That's funny. Yeah. No, you're definitely. You give off Viking
Yeah.
vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
when I had the long scraggly hair.
Yeah, and you were pillaging all the time.
You always
Right-
wear that
right.
hat with the horns on it. I'm like, what is this, man?
No, like right before I lost my hair, so it was half gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I decided now's the best time to grow my hair out.
That was rough.
that was epic.
So I had
dude.
shoulder length,
respected it.
thin hair, and
Yeah.
it was
You wore a hat though a lot, which was
it helped.
helpful.
'Cause it was thick from here down.
Yeah, it looked great. Yeah,
Anyways.
The beard always distracted from it very
Yes,
well. Good
yes.
job.
Definitely had the Bee Gees vibe. You know.
The Bee Gees. I don't know who that
Bee
is.
Gees.
Is that a band?
Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Moving on.
Okay.
Number 6.
Oh, am I supposed to do it?
Yep.
If you could choose, if you could choose one animal species to go extinct forever, which would it be?
Oh, it's easy. Mosquitoes.
Oh,
Yeah,
solid.
gone.
Solid answer, dude.
All
Hate
right.
mosquitoes.
That's actually really good.
I
Are
would-
they an animal or are they an insect?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
I think they
Change
have blood and get blood, and
Is that
Have
is
blood.
that how you know if they have blood?
So
They're definitely an animal.
non-insects.
they're definitely an animal.
Well,
Are
they're
they?
living creatures, but
Yeah.
animals, like in the animal kingdom, not the insect.
Is that a different?
I would have put
that's a
them in the
different
same
right?
category.
Yeah.
I'm not an animalologist. Dude.
Like I wouldn't
don't
look
know.
at a butterfly and say
So
that's an
mosquitoes
animal.
are for
Yeah, I
sure
agree.
out, but
Let's
as far
say-
as
But that was
more
good.
mammals. You're talking about mammals.
That was a good answer.
Mammals, birds, reptiles,
Sea creatures.
rodents,
creatures.
sea creatures,
Okay.
dolphins.
What's your problem?
I love dolphins.
You always say the
Dolphins.
nicest animals. You're the worst.
Boy, non-insect to get rid of.
I love how quick you were on the insect, though. That was
Yeah, I mean,
good.
that
They are the
reasonable.
worst.
Yeah.
Some people would have said ticks, but I'm just like, I don't.
Oh, I would.
I don't have a trouble finding ticks in my hair,
Dude,
'cause
and I just
no hair.
There you go.
So
That's a good point.
Ticks are very much less problematic.
I don't know, dude.
Ticks are
They
gross.
can give you Lyme's disease.
Yeah,
dude.
mosquitoes can give you AIDS.
Can they?
Yes.
Why would they do that?
no
What the heck?
malaria. You're thinking malaria.
Oh, they can do everything.
Well, it's anything is transferred by blood, right?
Yeah.
Here we are, out of our depth again. Talking about science.
Boy, that's a tough one. I like most of the other animals.
Which is,
That's the challenge, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
I said horses.
So messed up.
that is messed up.
Yeah.
Let me think here. I think if I had to get rid of one animal, this is very off the cuff lightning,
Yeah, that's the point.
but slow lightning,
Yeah, like a.
like a frozen lightning burst.
You're just stalling now,
He's
dude.
so
Come on.
stalling.
Let's just go with wolves.
Wolves.
I'm gonna
Whoa.
go with wolves.
Nice. Okay.
It's a little controversial, but
Yeah.
Trying to destroy
honestly,
the
they're
ecosystem.
a little hyped up.
They're little. They're overrated. Wolves are overrated. For sure, dude.
Fair enough.
They get way
Yeah.
too much clout.
And we did a pretty good job last time getting rid of them.
Yeah. Last time. When was that?
When we got rid of them, mostly.
Oh, naturally.
Duh.
in the 90s.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Cool.
I
Good answer.
accept that
That's
answer.
fine. Your turn.
I like wolves. If you could choose any job
Pandering.
to
to the wolf crowd.
to
Run away, I like wolves. Go ahead.
Sorry. What was the question?
you like wolves too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you could choose any job to for income, any job in the world, what would it be?
Any job for income in the world,
Or off the world?
Yeah. You could be an astronaut
You could.
or not.
or a moonstronaut. Anyway, keep going.
So, yeah, keep it clean, man.
Yeah, sorry.
Buttstronaut.
Yeah. That's it.
Boy, any career. Actually, and this is a great time to pitch our future dream.
Oh, right. Yeah. Do
'Cause
it.
that is it. I mean, when
Yeah.
I think of, I love what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I think that I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change careers unless I had to at the current, as far as anything else. But if I could make money or just like make a
Yeah.
living doing, it'd be our dream we've talked about for years
Yeah.
of our Forge program for
Yeah.
young men.
Yeah.
Running our own basically rite of passage
Yeah.
boot camp for young men as they transition into boyhood to manhood.
Yeah. Awesome.
Just working with young men, doing that in something I'm passionate about, that whole category of life. So like,
Yeah.
that is still a dream, still
Yeah.
a goal. Obviously.
yeah.
And we're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there.
But
Yeah.
aside from that,
Good answer.
I kind of like what I'm doing now. So
Yeah,
There you
fair
go.
enough. Well, it sounds like that's pretty cool.
It's a pretty good place to be in life.
You're like, yeah,
Maybe I should do what you're doing.
yeah,
you should.
Maybe I
I'm
will.
hiring
Yeah.
Derek next in 2 weeks.
Hence
Yeah.
all the inside jokes.
yeah. All the jokes about not wanting to be the guy in the dirt and all that.
Yeah.
That's because Derek's gonna be the
Did
guy
you
in the dirt.
Yeah. When he said working in the rain in January, I was like, I ain't doing that. Well,
Like, actually, you probably
Wait,
are.
Charles?
Yep.
Might be snow. Hopefully it's snow this year.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's something to
even
look forward
better.
to.
Rain in January
worry.
is not great.
Yeah,
Yeah, January rain is the worst.
yeah. We all
There's a
agree
song
on that.
about that.
It's got to be.
January rain should go extinct.
November rain. You're thinking Guns N' Roses.
Maybe.
Nothing lasts forever. Okay,
Okay,
No,
this is a bit redundant with the other question, but we're gonna do it anyway.
just one.
One solid book recommendation. Go for our audience.
One solid
Or us.
book recommend. Wow, man.
Same
Yeah, the
demographic,
audience.
probably.
Sorry, guys.
I don't know.
No, you guys, you
Be
get this one.
inclusive.
You know
sorry.
what? I'm just gonna go with Musashi
Oh,
Hey!
because honestly, it was just like a swashbuckling, awesome adventure
yeah.
that
It's
had some great insightfulness,
Yeah.
and it's got that historical classic. It's a good one to have in your repertoire of
Yeah.
books you've read.
yeah.
And it's not a casual read because it's just so dang thick. But
Yeah.
I feel like it was a very attainable read.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
not like
Yeah.
some of these other ones that we've tackled.
Right. It's an easy 900.
It's an easy
pages.
900 pages, and honestly, it's pretty. Like it's not very graphic, I would say, in a certain sense.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I think there's a wide array of
keeps,
readers.
They
that
keep
could,
it pretty classy.
kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
family
yeah,
friendly.
classic
Yeah.
violence.
Yeah,
Like,
they
when
deal-
they describe
they deal
someone
with
getting cut in
topics.
half.
Yeah.
You're not dwelling on.
Yeah. It's
I
just
don't
like
know, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're talking
intestines.
about. Yeah, you can imagine it however you want. But no, I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like overly graphic or dealing. Yeah,
It's not trying to be like shock violence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's still
Yeah, yeah.
really cool.
It's not
and
overly
hardcore.
graphically descriptive.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's still hardcore. It's very and I think Musashi's journey was an interesting one.
It is.
know?
It's a very good story.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
I would recommend that.
That's a good one.
I feel like that's I could recommend that to anyone.
Yeah.
Approved.
Good answer.
Number 9. I gotta talk to my editor. Someone typed a poor sentence here, but
Oh.
it should say, "What is the thing of which you are most proud?"
Oh, get out of here.
What is the thing of which you are
I was
most
doing it
proud?
fast. Relax. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know,
the thing,
that's a
what
tough
is
one,
the
right?
thing of which you are most
Yep,
proud?
the thing.
The thing.
What comes to your mind first?
What
Lighting.
is the thing of which I'm most proud? Well,
Yep.
That's a hard question.
That's why I put it in there.
I'm just gonna put. If I have to narrow it to one thing, I'd put fatherhood because I'm proud of my kids.
Yeah. That's
Heck
awesome.
yeah.
But I can't just pick one because that's
Well, yeah.
a little bit.
Well, I mean,
That-
fatherhood is good.
It's a little bit.
Yeah. It's probably not.
It's probably not good
Yeah.
for the other two to hear which one it is.
Right.
Are you not worried that you didn't say marriage and maybe that's going to bother your wife?
Well, you can't have fatherhood without marriage. So
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
just
true.
not true.
Well,
but
Well, I was like, what?
Wait a
But,
minute.
Like, you guys are very.
Shouldn't? I don't know.
This really is an echo chamber. Like, nobody has children without being
We're
married.
all correct in this room.
Like, no one could ever do
Apologies.
that. How would it even work?
yeah,
No, that's a great answer, dude.
I feel like it was the right answer. No, it's also the true answer. So.
Yeah, good.
I think if I had to, on the spot, I'd probably say fatherhood too.
Yeah. It's fine.
You would now.
God.
You're proud of God.
Yes, I'm proud of God.
It's not a thing. Though.
He's done a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God's work in my life. I'm just trying to. Hey, this isn't about me, dude. Whoa.
Yeah. Take it easy.
Okay,
Quit
chill
trying
out.
to trump the guest.
I'm really sorry.
All right. So next, last, final.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ready? What were you gonna say?
Trump. The thing I'm most proud of.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
47.
The Trump card.
That's crazy.
49.
Yeah,
Nice.
There you go.
Interesting. Okay. So,
Just kidding. No.
Yeah. So movie recommendation.
One.
One movie recommendation.
One? Oh man.
Like a good manly movie.
A good
It's
manly
about
movie.
Yeah, it's about
It's about fatherhood, masculinity.
Fatherhood, yeah,
anything-
man. Say
anything
it,
else.
yeah.
I already have mine.
Like, don't recommend some mushy rom com or something.
I don't know.
okay?
What if that's the
unless it
best
has
one?
to do? Yeah, unless it has to do. Never mind. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to limit you. Say what you want, man.
Yeah, this is your
This
podcast.
is tough because I haven't really watched many movies.
Interview.
You haven't
Just
watched
kidding.
many movies. It's
I
like,
was like,
fact check false.
I've watched you watch many movies.
I'm just trying to think though of one.
Yeah, that you want to put your name on. You're like, I'm
Well,
just trying to think
there's that,
of one
but
that I want to
also-
admit that I watched.
I mean, you
No,
can.
I'm
also,
thinking of one like that I would really recommend
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
category
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
of a man movie
Yeah,
or of like masculinity, fatherhood
sure.
type movie. Oof. You guys go first,
Okay,
and I'll think about it.
can I go first?
3, 2, 1. Anemone.
Falling down. Okay, what'd you say?
Anemone.
Anemone. Wow, dude, that's like an aggressive like recommendation for a wide audience. Is all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, movie recommendation on the topic of manliness
Yeah.
and fatherhood. Oh
That-
yeah, 100%.
that was good. That was
Anemone.
really
I
good.
stand by
was
it.
So good. Yeah,
One of the best movies I've ever seen in my
theaters
life.
now, actually, as
Actually,
we
yeah.
speak. Daniel Day-Lewis. That it is a heavy, hard, beautiful, wonderful movie.
It's rated
really good.
restricted, pretty much for violence or for language.
Yeah, and it deals with some heavy topics.
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
pretty graphic ways verbally. But it's very
Yeah.
good though. Like very 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 solid.
That's my
It made
recommendation.
me cry like 17 times.
At
I
least.
I don't know if I. Yeah, there's a couple parts where I didn't cry. I
Yeah.
guess would be the. Yeah. No,
All
that's a
right,
good
and then
one.
you said,
I said Falling Down, which is a classic.
"Oh, dude, so
Classic
good."
Falling
90s Michael Douglas, Robert Duvall. It's like a tale of two men, and it's a bit of a it's a great tragedy, and it has one of the most like admirable manly characters in it.
Yes.
It's great. That's a good one. Also rated R, whatever.
Do you want to clarify
boy.
which character you think is admirable and manly?
I think it. I hope if anybody's listening to this podcast, they should know who I'm talking
I've
about.
heard some people say some things.
Really?
about Michael Douglas being the man for being so anti-system and all this
dude.
crap.
Okay, I'm
It's-
not okay. For the record, the person I'm saying is manly and admirable is Robert Duvall's character in Falling Down. To be clear, in case anyone watches it. The end.
Weirdly hard to find. There's like one, you can like rent it on Amazon on like one spot, and there's like nowhere else online you can find it.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
The one that's coming to mind, actually, because I watched it recently, I think it was called The Deer Hunter.
Oh my gosh,
dude, that's on my list. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
No spoilies.
And without spoiling it, there's some elements to that movie that I felt were very exemplary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I'm excited.
you know, the main character's pursuit of his friend and
Yeah.
Nam and all this. Like I cried a little bit.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
it's a powerful movie.
You cry less than either
It's
of us.
pretty,
so
it's pretty crazy.
That's
But
not
it's a
saying
good
a
movie.
lot.
That's a good movie. It's an old. Was it from the 90s or something?
70s, I
70s?
think. Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah, it's
an
like
older-
old De Niro.
Yeah.
Old
Yeah, it's
Robert
a classic.
De Niro,
Mhm.
Old what's his face?
Oh yeah, who's the other guy? Anyway,
Anyways, pretty good movie.
that's good. The Deer
Christopher
Hunter.
Walken.
Deer
Yeah.
Hunter.
There you go.
Christopher Walken.
On the topic of like, oh, Anemone might be kind of a crazy recommendation.
Well, the Deer Hunter's gnarly. Here's the thing. To be clear, all right. Look. I'm not talking about when I was saying Anemone is a gnarly recommendation. I wasn't talking about content or whatever. I wasn't talking about like R-rated content. What I was talking about was like the pacing of that movie is not for general audiences. Like that is an art house style, like, slow burn movie.
I would say the
yeah.
same
So-
of Deer Hunter. for
Oh
sure.
yeah, Deer Hunter's pretty slow.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's what I was talking about. I was talking about like general, like it's not.
It's a movie
fluffy
that-
entertainment.
Yeah.
It's like a emotional journey that you go on.
The
Like,
Deer Hunter is
it's
like it's a challenge in the sense it's like a slog.
yeah.
getting
So
through
it's,
some of the
it's a difference between like pulpy fiction novels,
Great movie.
and like funny. No, like pulpy fiction novels that are like really fast paced and entertainment. It's like this isn't a Marvel movie. You know what I'm saying? It's not some popcorn flick. It's like oof. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to do it. Is all I was saying.
This is a great answer.
And not just like a recommendation where you're like, yeah, anyone go watch this, but more like something that you recommend that made you feel something in a manly sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
something that
Like
was
encouraged
impactful.
you upwards to something.
Exactly. It called you up.
There's obviously a lot of things to be encouraged upwards to, but
Yeah, that's great.
Loyalty is definitely the thing that stuck out for me in
loyalty.
that movie. Yeah, it's cool.
No spoilies. Okay.
All right,
Cool.
I
Well,
think
that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else you want to share with the class on just like, tell them how to be manly other than looking in a mirror and all that?
you don't have to.
No.
You don't have to.
No,
You're
that's
good.
right.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay, cool.
I don't want.
You did great.
I'm not like a expert. You know?
I kind of beg to differ. Here,
That's
I mean,
a-
I
that's
get
an
what you're saying.
interesting-
You're not like, I understand what you mean. Like you're not someone who like walks around talking about it all the time, but you live it all the time, and so that's why
the
you're
thing,
here.
dude. Yeah, you
That's
got
the point.
Got some fruit in that tree of yours.
Yeah, right on.
All right. Well, this has been great. Thank you for
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming and joining us. This is fun.
Yeah,
Glad
dude,
we finally
thanks for
did
having
this.
me. Really appreciate you
Yeah.
taking the time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Finally, one of your episodes I can watch. Just kidding. What are we doing?
Signing off.
Okay.
For all that